Hello, hello, friends, enemies, strangers, kind mothers. Hello, friends, enemies, strangers, kind mothers. Hello, friends, enemies, strangers, kind mothers. Hello, hello, friends, enemies, strangers, kind mothers. hmm I'm going to. Oh, how come my phone? Oh, my phone is dark. How did it get dark? Because I got 5%. Oh, I'll fix that. I better hurry before it shuts down on me. Let's see. Oh, oh man, hurry, hurry. Uh, Okay, I got it. I got it. Here it comes. Mhm. Wait a minute. I've got seconds. My phone might shut down in a few seconds. Hurry, hurry. Wait a minute. Okay, I got an external battery. All right. I was at 2%. It tends to shut down at around 1%. Hmm. Okay. So so here I am. Here I am. So I'm going to share. I gotta get going with my Gita studies. Get going, get it on, get going with it. I might get kicked out of the class, and that would be a shame. I gotta keep up with my class. Let's see. So let's see. Oh, say so. I got lesson 5 due this Saturday. Looks like. Oh my, not Sunday, but Saturday. Oh no, Saturday, February 8th. But so I'm using Copilot AI to summarize the document that is kind of like the instructions for what we have to study. So lesson 5 is due Saturday, February 8th. Not this Saturday, but the following, right? I think that's right. Must be right. What's this Saturday? Wow, this Saturday is the 24th. 24 plus 7. 24 plus 6 would be 30. 7 would be 31. Oh, furious in 2 weeks. Oh, maybe I had a lesson 4 due last Saturday or something. I don't remember lesson 4. Hmm. Okay, so lesson. I'm confused. Anyway, this the lesson involves reading and reflecting on chapter 2, verses 17 through 38. This section completes Krishna's review of Samkhya, rational philosophy, and introduces yoga as reason in action. Mhm. 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 The, the section completes Krishna's review of Samkhya rational philosophy, introduces yoga as the reason in action. The document emphasizes the complexity of this section and encourages personal interpretation and reflection. Exercise include reflection on the differences between absolute and relative thinking, understanding the concept of Dharma as refined by Sri Aurobindo and Nitya, and sharing insights and questions in writing. The verses for this lesson include the indestructible nature of the self, the the inevitable inevitability of death and rebirth, and the importance of fulfilling one's duty without attachment to outcomes. Very good. Okay, so let's go back. Let's close this. So read and ponder chapter 2, verses 17 through 38. Mm-hmm. So the second section of chapter 2 completes Krishna's review of Samkhya rational philosophy. Oh, it will be followed in the remainder of the chapter by Krishna's first presentation of yoga. Hmm. Epitomized as the reason in action. In a way, verses 17 through 38 deal with common sense linear thinking, whereas yoga will be equated with a dialectic global approach. Hmm. This is a tough section, easy to misread, therefore a rich source of all kinds of misapprehensions. It is where we begin to really get down to business of Krishna's teachings. I reread the section of my book. I reread the section of my book the other night. Was quite pleased with how I've parsed it. I wrote this line a couple of years ago. It will surely have different ideas as the implications are vast. Have fun. So here's some exercises. Words like the absolute are very problematic for modern day humans. And this section distinguishes absolute and relative thinking. Oh, that's interesting. That's part of the two truths of Buddhism. There's the conventional truth and the absolute truth. Reflections on what the differences mean to you and what role reflect and what they have in your life, if any. Verse 31 introduces Dharma and includes Sri Aurobindo's and Nitya's definitions, which are superb. Does Dharma mean to you? How does what they say match up with your own ideas? Mm. Okay, there's the word Dharma that's that's mentioned in Sri Aurobindo's, I guess, commentary on the Gita and Nitya's. Are superb. Share your insights and questions in writing. Okay. Okay, so the verse for this lesson, the verses for this lesson. Chapter 2, Samkhya Yoga, Unitive Reason. Okay. Know that to be indestructible, by which all this is pervaded, none can bring about the destruction of this that knows no decrease. Know that, so that's capital T. So that could be referring to the absolute, that to be indestructible, by which all this is pervaded. So know the absolute to be indestructible, by which all this is pervaded. Mm. Mm. So is that pervaded, embedded in all this? This would be this material world. None can bring about the destruction of this that knows no decrease. Mm, interesting. None can bring about the destruction of this that knows no decrease. These bodies, however, of the everlasting indestructible, and undefinable embodied one are spoken of as having an end. Hmm. Hmm. Therefore, go on with the battle, O Arjuna. Hmm. He who thinks of this as the killer and he who thinks of this as killed, both these know not. This does not kill. It's not killed. This is neither born nor does not die. This is neither born nor does this die, nor having come into being cease to become any more. Unborn, perpetual, eternal, this ancient one. It is not killed on the killing of the body. Hmm. About him who knows this as the indestructible, the everlasting, the unborn, never deceasing one. Of such a person, how could questions arise? Whose death he causes, whom he kills, or Arjuna. So we are the thises, the thises. We are the thises, as in we are the jivatmas. There's the atman, and it's sort of like the absolute. I'm not absolutely sure. Uh, and then the jivatmas are the thises. So that is the absolute, and this is the so that is the meta consciousness. Could it be called meta consciousness? And this be called the jivatmas, the micro consciousnesses, the nano consciousnesses, nano bits, nano consciousnesses, nano chits. Instead of bits, let's call them chits. Cheetah, chits. So we're a bunch of bits. And we're allowed two states. Conscious and unconscious. 1 and 0. It's, oh my gosh, it's cold. Okay, the absolute about him who knows this as the indestructible, the earth of such a person. How could the question arise? Whose death he causes? Whom he kills, or Arjuna? So these chits are I I these chits are appearing in this stage, and these chits take up or manifest with bodies. So the bodies have a short lifespan, and uh, they're dwellings for the chits. So the dwellings are interchangeable. Suddenly, a chit is appearing with a particular body, and then the chit discards the body, goes on, takes up So these chits are those that do not do the killing nor get killed. So the chits don't kill nor do they get killed. As a man casting off his worn out garments assumes others that are new, likewise casting off bodies that are worn out, the embodied one takes to others that are new. Weapons do not cut this. Fire does not burn this. And water does not wet this. Wind does not dry this. Mhm. So scientifically, we can contemplate on what's happening. Mhm. What's happening when phenomena happens. Mm. No. Mm. Uh, indeed, it is uncleavable. Uncleavable. Mm. Uncleavable. Okay. It is it is non-flammable. It is unwettable and non-dryable. Also everlasting, all-pervading, stable, immortal. It is eternal. Hmm. So these chits do not get cut, do not get burned, do not get wet, do not get dry, etc. It is undefined, unthinkable. Is it? It's non subject to change. It spoken of, therefore, knowing it as such. There is no reason for you to feel sorry for it. Or again, if you should hold this to be constantly ever born or constantly ever dying, then you have no reason to regret it. Hmm. In respect of anyone born, death is certain, and certain is birth for anyone dead. Therefore, regarding something inevitable, you have no reason to feel any regret. Beings have an unmanifested origin in manifested middle states, and again, unmanifested terminations. Where is room for plaint herein? Hmm. What does the word plaint here mean? A certain person. Well, I could, before I go on, I could copy this. Copy. There, it's been copied. Sir, 29. A certain person sees this as a wonder. Likewise, another speaks about this as a wonder. Another hears of it even as a wonder. But even hearing, no one understands this at all. Hmm. This as a wonder. Another hears of it even as a wonder. But even hearing, no one understands this at all. Hmm. Hmm. Okay. So I understand this to mean, or I could interpret it as what's going on. We don't know how it works, or we can attempt to explain it, but we fail in making sense of it. Hmm. The This embodied one within the bodies of all is ever immune to killing, Arjuna. Therefore, in respect of any being you have, no reason for regretting. Hmm. Further, having regard also, I have to copy this one and think about it. Further, having regard also for the pattern of behavior natural to you, there's no reason for vacillation, where there could be nothing more meritorious than a war that is right for a true fighter. True warriors have reason to be happy. Arjuna, man, uh, Arjuna, to have the chance of such a war presenting itself unsought before them is an open door to heaven. If, on the other hand, you will not take this to this battle, which conforms to the requirements of righteousness, then thwarting what is consistent with your own nature and and your good repute, you will become involved in evil. Living beings will also pronounce a never-ending verdict of calumny on you and to one used to honor. This honor is worse than death. The great car generals will look upon you as quitting the battle from fear, and having been honorably looked upon by them, you will be held in derision. They're against those against you will speak of you in unspeakable terms, scorning your ability. What pain could there be keener than this? Dying, you will attain heaven, or winning, you will have the enjoyment of the earth. Therefore, arise, O Arjuna, make up your mind to fight, equalize both pleasure and pain, both gain and loss, both victory and defeat. Enter wholly into the battle. Thus you will avoid sin. Hmm. That's it. No, 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 no. Okay, so that was lesson 25. I should go over lesson 4. Did I turn it in? I don't remember. Hmm. That was lesson 4. Oh, lesson 4 is due tomorrow. Oh my goodness. I gotta go back and study lesson 4. Hmm. Let's see, do I have this? Okay. Lesson 4. Let's see, Scott. Oh, Scott. Mm-hmm. Mm. Where's lesson 4? Mm. Mm. Can't find lesson. Let's see. Let's go over lesson 3. Mm. Mm. This is lesson 3. Mm. Geeta lesson 3, chapter 1, Arjuna Vishada Yoga, verses 24 through 37. Uh-huh. I accept some wise words on suffering, my friend. I think you'll enjoy next. You, I think I read this before. Hmm. Maybe we should read it again. No, but let's see some. I'm gonna skim all this. Think mine. Oh man. Mm, mm. Oh, maybe we could get a summary from Copilot. Yeah, that'd be good. Okay. Sure. Here's the summary. So the document appears to be a lesson. Yep, lesson 3 on the Bhagavad Gita and the responses of chapter 1, 24 through 47. So that's like the second half of chapter 1. That's called Vishada Yoga. Arjuna Vishada Yoga, is that the word? Verses. Okay. The lesson includes various reflections and interpretations from different contributors discussing themes such as suffering, falsehoods, and an inner battle one must face to achieve self-realization. Key, key points include the importance of recognizing and refuting falsehoods in one's life. Importance of recognizing and refuting falsehoods in one's life. The struggle between maintaining societal norms and seeking personal truth. Oh man. The importance of recognizing and refuting falsehoods in one's life. Struggle between maintaining societal norms and seeking personal truth. The role of fear and anxiety in shaping one's actions and beliefs. The concept emerging with the absolute to overcome psychological impediments. The significance of Krishna's guidance to Arjuna in the context of the Gita. Mm, This document also contains personal reflections and questions from students, exploring how the teachings of the Gita apply to their own lives, temporary issues. There are discussions on the interpretation of specific verses, the impact of societal norms, relevance of the Gita's teachings in modern time. Overall, the lesson emphasizes the transformative power of the Gita's teachings, encourages readers to engage deeply with the text to gain insights into their own spiritual journey. Very good. That's a quick overview, summary. But Aaron is a good author, student here. So he says, we have learned so far that in the battle to free ourselves from the falsehoods that trap us, we must fully see the falsehoods, so we can refute each of them. Mm-hmm. So if Arjuna is listing the false notions sees around him, what are my false notions? I think mine are related to the fear of what will happen if I let my falsehoods go, if I kill the aspects of me that are creating their confused clamoring on all sides of the battlefield. Relative falsehoods are all ones that our ego has convinced us we need to have to be safe, to be us. In the story our ego is constantly telling us is built around justifying those falsehoods on a continual basis. My story seems to go, if I let go, then I will not be able to stay safe. I will not be able to maintain my family, job, house, life, As I know it, I will lose social acceptance. I will lose my ability to think, to discern, to make choices that are good for me. Hmm. Oh, wait a minute. And my family. The bad me will be unchecked. My shadow will take over. I will lose joy when I let go of suffering. I will not be able to keep deep pain from overwhelming me. What must I let go of? Perhaps judging, aversion, attraction, suffering, and self fear, vigilance, anxiety, avoiding what is present with constant rehashing the past or stories of things in my future I want and how to get them or things in my future I don't want and how to avoid them. Believing the story my ego is constantly telling me. And Scott, the teacher, says, Aaron, you've made very valuable lists. And the Gita has good news about them. And thank you for demonstrating how much can be said in a short response to the lessons. Before I pass on the news, let me invite you to share with us in general terms, if you like, ways your insight helped you with difficult family situations. No need to name names, but know you're accomplished with managing challenges well. And part of that is not always being on the defensive. The things your list of negatives suggest are somewhat useful. They may sap your joy and prevent you from relaxing, but just being mellow is not adequate by itself for resolving problems. You also have to employ substantial skills. I know you do. The good news is that, unlike Western style therapy, yoga does not battle enemies directly, especially psychological ones. If we contemplate the inner universe of high values, aka merge with the absolute, those impediments go away automatically. Oh, hmm, I like this. Oh, mm, mm, yeah. Mm, 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 mhm, mhm, mm, mhm, mm, mm, mhm, mm, mhm. Okay. Okay. Hmm. Mm, 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 mm. Que no te voy a decir que cuando llegue. Ujú. Mira, Jairo, ¿quieres avena? Aunque Silvia dijo, muy buena la avena que tú compraste, que porque esta como que no engorda. Esta como que no engorda. Mm. ¿Será porque dice Vulcan? Esa es buena, pero yo ya había preparado una, pues desde ayer, entonces coge tu porción, la aumentas, deja pues leche, no te la traes toda, mira ahí, pues es parte de aquí, aquí ya le había tu mamá.
Y aquí también hay. Entonces, que me hice mucha, que tú
Mm,
no desayunaste ayer.
okay.
Entonces pasa de aquí, puedes calentar la aquí.
Okay, ya vuelvo. Voy a dejar esto. No encuentro mis llaves. Mm, mm, mhm. Okay, so sorry for the interruption. I'm still having difficulty finding my keys. Anyway, let me wind down and let's see. Let's read this again. The good news is that unlike Western style therapy, yoga does not battle enemies directly, especially psychological ones. If we contemplate the inner universe of high values, aka merge with the absolute, those impediments go away. Those impediments go away automatically. As a side benefit, you might say Krishna expresses this directly in chapter 2. Objective interests revert without the relish for them, on starving the embodied of them. Even the residual relish reverts on the one beyond being sighted. The wording is arcane, naturally. Like Monterey on that verse might help, but we'll get to that eventually. Point is, we have so many faults, we'd spend the rest of our life in the next 1,000 wrestling with them, and they still might hold the advantage. Yet, if we can learn to access the one beyond, is so much more fascinating. We can laugh at our foibles every time they pop up, and they will wither away. The starving of verse 59 is arduous practice of therapy or ascetic religious practices. And it can, with diligence, make our faults revert, meaning diminish. But you correctly note we secretly crave our anxieties as our protectors, thus justifying those falsehoods. Oh. To attain the blissful ground layer of life is so enchanting that our craving shifts toward it, that our craving shifts toward it. Mm. Attain the blissful ground layer of life. Hmm. To attain this is so enchanting that our craving shifts toward our craving shifts towards it. I think that would be correct. And those defensive strategies which we first devised in infancy slip away. This does not involve trying to ignore our faults. It is a natural result of restoring our true self. Uh, Arjuna will have a Soma experience in chapter 11, where the one beyond is revealed, after which he'll pursue a fresh path toward its integration in his everyday life. Hmm. There are other ways, of course, but in ancient times, taking Soma with an experienced guide was honored and highly in successful was an honored and highly successful technique. We pressed over history, but still sitting in plain sight in this scripture. Anil. Mm-hmm. Scott. Let's see. Let me see. Brad. Scott. Dieter. Did I answer? I don't know. Hmm. Yes. Hmm. Yes. Mm, 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 mm-hmm. Okay. Mm, okay. So now I'm going over and it's coming back. I'm reviewing what the responses were. Well, mine, but I should review what others have said. So maybe I'll listen to what everyone says by putting it on read aloud, and but I won't do that now. So, but I'll just stop sharing and say that this was a nice little skim review for me of responses to verse 3. And I gotta do the responses to verse 4 tomorrow. And oh, let's see. Yeah, go to the right verse. No, I mean responses to lesson 4. So that means that I gotta go to my emails and look up uh sent outbox. Let's see. So I gotta look for lesson 4. Hmm. So here's the lesson 4 I gotta go over. Hmm. So lesson 4. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I gotta get a summary. So here's the summary. The document visibility lesson for due tomorrow. It focuses on chapter 2, verses 1 through 16. Chapter is titled Unitive Reasoning and features dialogue between Krishna and Arjuna. So Krishna encourages Arjuna to overcome his dejection and take action, while Arjuna expresses his reluctance and seeks Krishna's guidance as a guru. Mhm. Krishna begins to teach Arjuna about the importance of yoga and unitive reasoning, which contrasts with the ordinary dualistic thinking. Hmm. So maybe I can copy this. Oh, I can't. Hmm. Oh, okay. So now I got it copied so I can paste it in here. Let's see if I can paste it. But maybe I could put it also in here. So maybe Scott Tatesworth Geeta. Mm-hmm. But there's mm, Geeta 4. Scott Tatesworth. Okay. So Yeah, that helps. Hmm, mm, let's see what let's see what this does. No, doesn't say much anymore. But I'm going to close this. But I'm going to. Oh, I got to go through chapter 2, verses 1 through 16, and then write something up on it. Mm. Oh, wow. Mm, 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 mm. Okay. Okay. So let me. I'm thinking about what to write, but I don't know. I could write a lot. Let's see. So I'm gonna go like this and over here and disconnect from sharing. Okay, so let me bless this with Rajasthan. So I'm going to flip over this. Let's see, yeah, let me go over it. So that's the Tibetan in the top. So it says Om Bensra Sato Samaya Ma Anupalaya Bensra Sato Tuenapatista Tritu Mebawa Sutoshio Mebawa Suposhio Mebawa Anurakto Mebawa Sarva Sidime Prayatsa Sarva Karma Sutsame Chitam Shriyam Kuru Hum Ha 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 ho Bhagavan Sarva Tathagata Hridaya Bens Me Munsa Bensri Bawa Maha Samaya Satwa Ha Hum Hey and may I be well maintained so that I can practice. Mhm. So that's the Gita I'll be looking at. Mm. For gotta look at what I have to do for lesson 4. It's due tomorrow, right? Something like that. Okay, so mhm. So I say goodbye and I dedicate. Don't forget to dedicate. Oh, I dedicate this. I wish to become a Buddha for the benefit of all, and I dedicate to all this merit